Hey guys, tip of the day 55. I'm gonna use a little stool here when I'm talking before I get onto the table. I had a great comment. I'll have to look back to see who made it, but it's a great idea, and I appreciate any comments you guys make because this will really give me great feedback. So we're really trying to bring you as much information as we can. It's something for everyone. I don't have standard stuff. I try and think outside the box, and today I'm gonna do something that's a little out of the box, but I know that the people that do this are going to see massive results. It's not what you would think. Like a lot of people practice this, but that'll make you different than other people. I'm going to show you my pre-shot routine and how I'm going to talk you through the shots of it. I don't do that now when I'm playing, obviously, but in order to develop it, you have to at some point understand it. Some people have said write it down and then constantly review it. I'm gonna make a video over in the Zen pool very shortly, right after I show you what this is, where I'm gonna do a loop of this. If you really want powerful stuff and really want to get it initiated in your brain, your pre-shot routine, you listen to this loop anytime if you're going to sleep, or you heard affirmations. Well, if you really want your pre-shot routine to marinate, even when you're practicing, if you have headphones, listen to that loop over and over. You can make your own if you wanted to, but this is what's going to really get it to marinate to where when you're in pressure situations and when your mind's a little, you revert back to what you know. And when it's one thing to know it, it's another thing for it to be in your subconscious. Once it's there, the real magic starts to happen. It's not easy, but this loop I'm gonna create with what I'm gonna show you now. So go look for that. That'll be in the Zen pool, and it's gonna be the pre-shot routine affirmation. And I really think it's something that can really help players from all levels, okay? So here's the pre-shot routine, and here's what you should think over and over and over, okay? So you start with, let's say you just made a shot. So I'm always gonna start with, you step out of the shot, because now we're standing up. We've talked about that, okay? You step out of the shot. So that'll be the first, we step out of the shot. I find the line of the ball I want to pocket. So I find the line and visualize where the cue wants to go. So the affirmation, the loop will be, I step out of the shot, I find the line, I step into it, and I follow through, stay perfectly still until the cue ball lands where I intended. I step out of the shot. I find the line of where I want to make the ball and pick where I want the cue ball to go. I step into the line and I follow through, staying perfectly still until the cue ball lands exactly where I intended. I step out of the shot. I find the line of where I want the object ball to go. I pick a spot for the cue ball. I step into the line. I follow through, staying perfectly still until the cue ball lands exactly where I intended. I step out of the shot. I find the line. I choose where I want the cue ball to go. I step into the shot. I follow through and stay perfectly still until the cue ball lands exactly where I intended it to. I step out of the shot. I find the line. I pick my spot where I want the cue ball to land. I step into the shot. And I follow through, staying perfectly still until my cue ball lands exactly where I want it to. So that's the loop, okay? And then one other thing is if this was the black ball and I was shooting my last ball, you would do that loop. That's how you stop choking on the 8-ball. It's you do that exact loop, meaning you find a spot for the cue ball to go. What most people do when they get to the 8-ball is they stop that routine. They just focus on making that. You did all those things to get to there. So if this was the 8-ball, I find a line. I choose where I want my cue ball to land. In this case, it could be a stop shot. I step into the shot and I stay perfectly still until my cue ball lands where I want it to. Okay, that's the loop. I will make a video of that over and over and over. It's up to you guys. It's something that, like I said, is if someone wants to really take your game to the next level, if you listen to that loop, it'll become a lot more in your subconscious. But that's my loop. Those are whatever you choose it to be, but that will develop the consistency. Once you start to do that, that's where you start making the shots, all the shots the same. No such thing as an easy shot or a hard shot. They all require exactly the same attention. That's how you stop missing easy shots, and that's how you have, or so-called easy shots, and that's how you have consistency. So this was tip of the day, 55. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back, and stay tuned for that loop over on Zen Pool.